Hey folks, Crazy Climb Radio here again, and this time we're gonna look at an arcade game that was called The Three Stooges, or its full name was The Three Stooges Brides is Brides, but this is based on the beloved TV show and its movies and what other forms of media, but this was created by Mylstar in 1984. And they do a lot of things right in this game. They have some great voice samples of the Stooges and sound effects of pies splatting and stuff. But other than that, the game really isn't that good. The hit detection is crappy. The gameplay is really pretty dull. I can't recommend this really, but I do love the effort with the sound effects and stuff. That is pretty cool. And they even have the music from the show. But you play as Curly, Larry, or Moe, and the characters Shemp and Joe are not in this. They were other Stooges. But yeah, you can slap each other, hit each other with pies, or hit each other with hammers. But if you're just playing a one-player game, then the other two Stooges can antagonize you, and they will. You can use action button to slap an opponent if you don't have a weapon. There are other guys. There's like a butler or something, and then there's a cop. Now, if you run into an enemy, you'll fall down and sometimes mutter something. But the main goal is to uncover 3 keys during a level, and that will open up an exit. And to uncover those keys, you need to destroy furniture. And to destroy furniture, you need a hammer, and there will be a couple hammers on the screen. And when you have the hammer, you just run into the furniture, and you'll destroy it. And eventually, you'll find keys. You need to collect all those keys, and sometimes the enemies will break open the furniture for you with their hammer, and you can just go collect the keys that are revealed. But that is the goal in the game, is to get the 3 keys, and then you can leave that level.
Hello.
That hello is from at least one of their episodes. But yeah, you destroy the furniture with the hammer, and then you can collect the keys that are left. The hit detection is crappy. It's very hard to connect with pies. You can collect the pies from those tables, just pick one up by touching it. But you have to be like pretty much on the same plane as the enemy for it to hit. You got to totally destroy the furniture, and then you'll see something appear from there. I love that. A wise guy, huh? But you can break those. You can break those mirrors on the left and right. They're just points, and you don't get a special bonus for breaking them all. You get like if you're hit twice, then you lose a life, be it by a stooge or by another character. And there's the cop wandering around above. There are also bonus items you can get by destroying the furniture. You can only have one weapon at a time. You can drop the weapon with the action button when you're carrying it. But really, you want to get that hammer. When an enemy gets real close, then you could, just to make sure you hurt them, press the button and you'll drop the hammer on them and hurt them. But it's really, really hard. There's a cutscene once in a while where you splat a guy with a pie, one of the other Stooges. But you don't all work together, unfortunately. But you only have 2 lives, I think. We're gonna move forward a little bit to look at some of the other levels, but they're all basically the same. There's tables with pies, and there's hammers laying around, and that's how you defeat your enemies. But even though you swear you slapped an opponent, it sometimes will still result in you getting hurt. Spread out is, I think he's saying, because the cops are coming. But the sound effects are great. It's almost enough for me to forgive the fairly crappy gameplay and mechanics of the game, but not quite. And now we're using Mo, and there will be one level where these guys are singing and it's really hard on the ears, and you can get hit by the notes, but you'll want to splat the guys with pies, the singers. They'll stay unconscious when you splat them, but this cop will follow you. I've got invincibility on right now, and now I'm using Curly. Yeah, with the hammer, you can break down the walls and stuff too. The cop doesn't seem to have a hammer, but it doesn't matter to him. He can still break down walls. Yeah, sometimes it's a good idea to let the other Stooges break down the furniture, or the butler or whoever. But yeah, they can break down the furniture for you, and then you can go over and collect the keys, and you can get the points for them splatting each other with pies or hitting each other with hammers or whatever. But yeah, there's a couple other characters that won't hurt you, and that's this really short guy running about, and there's also a dog, and you can hurt them with pies or the hammer, and you'll see little lumps on their head or something. The aesthetics of this game are cool, but just the gameplay is not all that good in my considered opinion. I do love the voices. That is great. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Stooges, but I could see why they were appealing back in the day. They had some funny episodes. But yeah, that's just the goal, is to get all the keys. A little bit later, this bad guy comes into play. He's like a gangster or something. And there's 3 girls that you have to save, and those are the brides in the Brides is Brides part of the title. And they're Nora, Cora, and Dora. And you have to rescue them all. I decided to let my game end so I can put in my initials here. You are the top banana. All others must play second banana to you. But there are definitely some cool things about this game, and some that are just not so cool. And unfortunately, those overshadow the cool parts of the game. That is Three Stooges, Brides is Brides by Mylstar in 1984. Now we'll look at some later parts. Here I've captured the bad guy. Now to rescue Cora. And like I said, there are 3 of them. There's Cora, Nora, and Dora. And eventually you will be able to rescue those each. I've got invincibility here with Larry. There were even cartoon series of the Stooges. And one I used to remember was where the Stooges were robots, and it was part of the live action and cartoon series The Skatebirds in the late 70s. That was kind of okay. The Robonic Stooges was what it was called. That was like 1977 or something. But we'll scoot forward and look at some of the later parts. And now Curly ducks and Mo gets hit. I think later on Mo turns around and blames Curly. But yeah, you can collect bonus points for things that aren't keys that will be revealed when you destroy furniture. But yeah, you'll swear you punched a guy and or slapped a guy, and it'll result in you still falling on your ass. And here's those annoying singers again. I'm sure they appeared in some of the Stooges cartoons. The makers of this game were clearly fans of the Three Stooges and watched a number of those episodes or movies. Some of the aesthetics of this game are definitely appealing and enjoyable, but I just am not a fan of the gameplay. You don't have to take out all the singers apparently, but it sure helps. It's easy on your eardrums too. But yeah, you can break those mirrors on the sides, but you get no bonus for destroying all of them, which is kind of stupid. And it's really not that many points extra to break a mirror. But we're getting closer to where you will rescue one of the girls, and she'll be in a cage, and you have to get a hammer and destroy the walls of the cage. And then you'll let her out. And there are 3 girls. There's Nora, there's Cora, and there's Dora. And those are the brides in the title, Three Stooges Brides is Brides. Yeah, and you break down the walls. You have to get the keys first, then you can break down the walls.
Hey, watch the boys, it's the cops.
I do like the voices in this. Yeah, see, I need to destroy furniture and get the keys first. And again, the enemies and the Stooges will do that for you. Eventually, they'll start to break down furniture. And there, I got her out. And now I have to leave. But yeah, I don't care for the hit detection in this game. Yeah, Cora, Nora, and Dora, those are the girls you have to rescue. Well, we'll scoot forward here.
Oh, a white guy, huh?
Now Mo gets mad and blames Curly for getting hit. And once you rescue them all, now it's on to reruns. You just play the whole game over again. Kind of disappointing that, you know, with such great sound effects that the game itself isn't that good. But that was The Three Stooges Brides is Brides by Mylstar in 1984, and this was suggested by YouTube user Commander QUUHOD. This is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching Three Stooges Brides is Brides by Mylstar in 1984. And I'll catch you later in the future with another video. I'll see you then, folks. Bye-bye.